Hey guys, my name is Christine and I'm here to help you expand your consciousness, fully realize your true authentic self, and tap into the spiritual guidance that is within and around you. And if you're new to the spiritual journey or you're just getting started, remember to click subscribe below and the bell notification button so you don't miss any future videos on spiritual growth and expansion. You can also visit my website at spirittarotguide.com to learn more about spirituality, and I'm also a tarot reader, so check me out on there. In today's video, I wanted to share with you 5 blockages that are stopping you from manifesting your dream life. Now, there are going to be many more blockages, but I'm just going to share with you 5. And these are the 5 blockages that are very prominent. A lot of people struggle with this, and they might not even know it. So let's just dive right into the first one. So the first blockage that's stopping you from manifesting your dream life is subliminal programming. And a lot of people underestimate subliminal programming and how it impacts you, the way that you live, the way that you are, the way that you act, think, and feel, as well as your whole well-being in general. And the thing about subliminal programming is that it's not only something that has been engraved in your auric field or your personal space from this lifetime. Subliminal programming had been proven by modern science to track back to like 8 generations before you. So whatever your great grandmother was thinking, or however she felt, think, or whatever her mindset was, she inherited from generations before. And here you are inheriting many ancestral lineages of subliminal programming that is impacting you in this lifetime. And on top of that, you have to deal with a whole lot of subliminal programming from your past lives, which who knows how many past lives you've had, including this lifetime. And it's not only subliminal programming from your families that you inherit, but your past life as well, and everything else around you that you don't even know or you're not even aware of. So subliminal program are basically energies that come into your space that can be either positive or negative, but your subconscious mind doesn't really get to pick what it wants to keep in your auric field. So for an example, if your great grandma always talked about how there's not enough money and that you always have to save, it gets passed down to generations and generations until it reaches you. Because if your mother or your grandmother didn't know how to break this subliminal programming before it came to you, then most likely you've inherited this subliminal programming as well. So you can inherit this mindset of, okay, I have to keep working hard and save because there's not enough money to go around. Or if your great grandmother talked about how life is so peaceful and so wonderful and she lived every moment as peacefully and joyfully as best as she can, and that subliminal program gets passed down to you, then that's a positive one. However, we don't really get to choose because most of the time our unconscious mind is working 24/7, and so it can't distinguish between negative and positive. It just takes in everything that it can. A lot of things that you don't notice, and 99% of the time you're working unconsciously. Like your whole body is functioning unconsciously, just like your heartbeat. You don't think about making your heart beat because it's your unconscious mind is already helping everything function correctly within your body, within your space. That's why you're living right now. That's why you're breathing and you're completely healthy. It's because your unconscious mind is doing all of the behind the scene work. And 1% is with your conscious mind making conscious decisions about what you eat. Sometimes if you're conscious about it. If you're unconscious about it, then you just eat whatever you want, you don't care. However, other people are going to be conscious about what they put into their body. So that's one of the major blockages that a lot of people have and they don't know. And that's why, especially when we talk about manifesting your dream life, it's a little bit difficult because there's so much programming within your auric field, and there's so much information within your auric field, which is basically like a computer system. It just saves a lot of information that you may be aware or unaware of. And so that affects the way that you live your life, the way you act, the way you feel, the way you think, and your whole life in general. That's why you want to be aware of what the subliminal programming is so that you can see which one serves you, which one doesn't, and how to completely get rid of that. But at the same time, you're consistently being exposed to subliminal programming from other people, from your environment, even from yourself and social media. And so it's a consistent effort and conscious effort to keep keep your slate clean so that you can always have powerful energies and empowering thoughts and feelings and thinking and actions that empower you to making your dreams come true, to manifesting your dream life. So I'll give you some examples of some maybe crazy stories that has to do with subliminal programming. So let's say someone who has been raised thinking that everything's so difficult, right? You have to work hard in order to succeed. Well, they start working their whole life trying to make money, trying to save money, trying to be a successful businessman. And by the time they're 40, they're 50, they're still working really hard, and you can say that this is the person that works the hardest in the world, and they still don't make as much as they want. They still don't have as much as they need. Whereas some other person was raised in a family where the family's like, money comes really easy, just enjoy life and the right things will come to you. And that's something that is in their programming now, it's in their auric field, and so they start living the life of enjoying your life. Everything comes easy, and they don't even have to do much effort, but just the way that they feel, think, and act is attracting that easy, that flowing life into them, a life of abundance, because they're living based on their subliminal programming. And so you can see how that affects each individual person very powerfully. The second blockage that's stopping you from manifesting your dream life is your ego, because your ego is basically a mask, a fake identity that you've identified with since you were a child. Because a lot of the times, most of the time, maybe 99% of the time, everyone who manifested here on earth forgot who they are, forgot why they came here and what they're supposed to achieve or their mission on earth. And so they start living this life in this physical world, identifying themselves with their ego, which they feel like makes up who they are. But in reality, we're not our ego. Otherwise, we wouldn't have so much trouble, manifesting our dreams. But of course, our ego is here, and our ego is here to basically keep you safe, to keep you alive, to keep you surviving. It wants to keep you comfortable. It wants to do everything the same way because it's the only way that you know. And if you try to do something different, your ego is going to be very scared. It's going to be really skeptical. And so it's going to start putting thoughts into your mind about whatever idea or plan you're doing. And those thoughts coming fears and doubt and all those negative energy that's going to stop you from doing what you want to do. Identify what your ego really is. Like, what is it scared of? What is it? Why is it making you feel doubt? What is it about your ego that's stopping you? You need to become aware of your ego, because self-awareness is the first step to being able to manifest your dreams. Just like subliminal programming, the ego works hand in hand with subliminal programming. It's everything that it has known in its past lifetime, with everything that it has inherited within the ancestral lineage about the subliminal programming. So you definitely have to identify all the fears, the doubts, the worries, the anxiety, the stress, just so you can pinpoint it, and then you can transmute that energy and move on. The first step is to acknowledge what it is, and the second step is to transmute it so that it no longer exists as a negative energy. It's just like you stop it and you snap your finger, bye. The third blockage that may be stopping you from manifesting your dream life is your self-worth. How worthy you feel of being able to live this life. So let's say you were once very poor, and then you start making a little bit of money, and then your family says, like, if you make a lot of money, you have to give it to the poor people because they need it more than you do. And so the more money you make, the more you have to give away, because that's what good people do. And if you're rich and you save it for yourself, then that's being selfish. And so again, that's subliminal programming, where people put thoughts into your head, and then you start living that life, and you start asking yourself, am I worthy of having a successful life, of having an abundant life? Because if I do that, then I'm going to be selfish. So ask yourself, like, is it worth it? Is it worth it for you to have a successful life? Do you feel like you're worth it to be able to go after this goal? Do you feel worthy of being a CEO of a company? Do you feel worthy of starting a charity to help other people? Do you feel like you're capable of doing so? Or maybe you don't feel like you're good enough. Maybe you feel like if you want to become like a spiritual teacher, for an example, you don't have enough experiences, and who's going to listen to you because you're just like a freaking like 20-year-old who don't know what you're talking about. And so those thoughts are also based on self-worth, how you view yourself. Do you think you're worthy of becoming a teacher, of teaching other people very deep spiritual lessons, spiritual knowledge? You know, before starting YouTube, I had to ask myself, am I worthy of teaching people? Because it's not like I have like 30, 40, 50 years of experience up my sleeve. This is something that happened out of nowhere, like my spiritual awakening happened, and I feel called to do this. The fourth blockage that's stopping you from manifesting your dreams and your goals is that you have a lack mindset. And again, lack mindset can be things that you've picked up in the past, whether it's your past lives, whether it's through ancestral lineages of subliminal programming, or anything that I've mentioned already. But when you feel lack, you're not manifesting your dreams because you're acting like you don't have it. You're feeling like you don't have it. And the whole point of the law of attraction is to feel like it, right? But it's difficult because a lot of the times the law of attraction doesn't work for a lot of people. And it's because they just feel like a lack. But a tip for feeling like you lack something is to actually just pretend to imagine like you already have it. Because when people say, oh, just visualize this, it's like, how do you visualize? You just pretend. And that's the word that really sparked like the truth within me to realize the connection between visualization and my reality. That's almost like being a kid again, learning how to visualize, learning how to pretend, how to immerse yourself in that feeling of having something. And another tip to feel like you're actually living at that moment of manifesting your dreams, your goals, and being at that moment is to actually do something that the future you would be doing. So let's say you're making YouTube videos, you want to become a YouTuber. Well, then start making YouTubes every day right now so that you know how it feels to be a YouTuber, and then it comes much easier when you're already doing it and you know how it feels. Or if you want to be a professional surfer, then start surfing right now. You don't have to be professional right now, but you're feeling what it feels like to surf. You're understanding the lessons that it comes with surfing. And so it's easier for you to manifest your goals when you learn how to tap into the feeling of doing or being the person that you want to be. The fifth blockage that's stopping you from manifesting your goals is that you don't have enough boundaries around your space. And when I'm talking about boundaries, I'm talking about basically literally everything about your life. I'll give you an example. I have a friend who she's like a Gemini, so she has those crazy talks sometimes, but she's also mixed Cancer, so she can be an emotional talker. And she's a really good person, and her family relies on her a lot, and they always throw responsibilities on her, and she doesn't say no because she wants to help people out. And then she starts having all these problems within her life because she doesn't know how to say no, and she doesn't know how to stop people from throwing their responsibilities to her, from throwing negative energy onto her. So she takes all of it, and then she wonders why she's the one who takes on everything. Well, it's because it's all about setting boundaries. And if you're constantly taking on responsibilities of other people or taking on energies of other people, you're not having enough boundaries to create the life that you want, because maybe you'll start being too busy to create the life that you want, or you start feeling negative, and that repels you from manifesting the life that you want. So it's all about setting boundaries. Is making this decision something that's right for me? Does it align with me? Does it help me grow? Is it going to help me towards my dreams? If it doesn't, I'm just going to say no. And if it makes me feel good, if it aligns with me, if it makes me feel fulfilled, if it's something that I want to do, something that is really consistent with my truth and who I am, then yes, I want to do that. That's how you basically like make boundaries. It's all about saying yes and no to things that resonate with you and things that don't resonate with you, and holding your space, standing strong, and not letting people step on you. Because if everyone is trying to throw things at you, then you're just basically you're gonna be too busy to manifest your dreams. So yeah, there you go, guys. Those are the 5 blockages that may stop you from achieving your dreams. So let's repeat them all again just to remember what they are. So the first one is subliminal programming. The second one is ego. Third is self-worth. Fourth is a lack mindset. and 5 is setting boundaries. So if you look back at your life and you just review those 5 things, just reflect on it and see which ones you need to work on more, so that you can start manifesting the life that you want. Because a lot of the times when you're not able to manifest your life, there's a lot of inner conflict, a lot of inner work that needs to be done in order for you to start living your dream life and doing and start being and acting how you want to be or who you want to be. There you go, guys. So those are the 5 blockages that may be stopping you from manifesting your goals and your dreams and a dream life in general. So if you resonate with any of the blockages, write and comment down below what they are and how you're going to transmute it and stop it so that you can start living your dream life. Also, remember to like and subscribe below if you haven't already, and you can visit my website at spirittarotguide.com to learn more about spirituality. And I'm also a tarot reader, so you can book a personal one-on-one reading with me on there as well. And I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time.